What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of This War of Mine, where I'm going to scan the screen to the side really fast because I grabbed the wrong mouse. How does that sound? Yum. Lots of scrollage in the early game. So, at this point in the game, we've basically won, and I was sitting around thinking about how I could make this series more interesting, because basically the last couple episodes I realized that I wasn't like bored, but the outcome is a foregone conclusion at this point. We've already won. There's no way we can lose the game at this point. Like, seriously, if I managed to lose the game at this point, I would just have to be just drooling on myself and being incredibly foolish. And so, seeing as everything seems to be okay, in fact, I'm going to have everybody eat some canned food because I don't feel like dealing with it right now. There we go. Is everybody tired? Everybody go to the bed. That's what we're going to do in the middle of a war zone. Everybody sleep, middle of the war zone right now. Go for it. Alright, nothing like those lullabies made by pops in the distance. Now, in the previous episode, we had found out that possibly the game would be done in about 2 weeks, and that was 3 or 4 days ago. So hopefully we are coming up on the end right now, simply based on the fact that we've essentially tapped out the entire map. There's not a whole lot of stuff for us to work on. What is he building? I don't recall what he's building right there. He's building something. I don't know what we're going to get out. It's probably like some ridiculous potato gun or something. Is it? It's a spud gun, isn't it? What the hell did he just build? Oh, we were probably repairing one of these guns. Okay. That makes more sense. We've got a helmet over here. We can make a bunch of bullets. Like, seriously, we can make a fistful of firearm projectiles, but I'll probably go with the helmet for right now just because it's sellable. It's one of those little things that you can craft that we can get rid of in our next trade. Don't we have a bunch of helmets anyways? Yeah, we already have one, and that's a bunch in my mind because you only really need one helmet in this game, especially since we have the security door and everything else. All things considered, these guys have done a pretty great job at fortifying their location. They're looking pretty good. However, there are still things that need to be worked on. Let me take an appraisal of how much, and a little bit of componentry, a little bit of wood right there. Not enough to be awkward, though. That's pretty good. We've got a knife. We've got, okay, so we've got enough things to trade off. That's a bonus. So I think that we should be able to do a number of things right here. I don't know how it's all going to come out in the end, but we can give it a go. On this side, let me see if I can grab this liquor off this table. And so at this point, I'm left with a decision. I can either, like, sabotage my own playthrough and we can start doing some really hard stuff, like attacking the military outpost, and if we die, then we die, and that's just going to be it. But I think we've already won the game at this point, so unless we spice it up a little bit, I think it's fairly simple to say that we're not going to have too many more things that are going to test us along the way. I mean, Roman's death was an accident. Roman shouldn't have died. I just didn't realize that door was going to be locked when I ran down that way. I had a plan, and it was going to work until the door was locked. And then once that happened, it was like, well, damn, I probably had enough time to get the door open. I watched the footage over again, and the AI seemed to stop upstairs. I bet I could have gotten away with unlocking the door and getting all the boards off of it before they attacked me, but just didn't make it. Just didn't make it. So unfortunately, it's not a perfect playthrough. I was hoping I would have one up on YouTube that would count as a perfect playthrough, but I suppose such is life. Such is life. I'm probably going to skip today. I don't really see much of a point in writing today out. I think that based on what we have, did I need a saw for anything? Hold on, let me see here. I have this distinct feeling like I needed a saw for something, and I'm remembering that, but no, we already have a saw. Never mind. Either way, we're in good shape right now. Nothing's happened at the front door. What's basically going to occur right here is I'm going to have them get up. Once they get up, she's going to go eat. I'm going to put him in bed, then I'm going to end the day because day 33 doesn't have a whole lot to offer us right now since we've essentially completed just about everything. If I go up here, there it is. You go up here, and I would actually like to have Bruno check and see if we can distill our liquor a little bit better. I think I'll consider it. We need filters to do this though, don't we? And also fuel. See, I don't know if the pure alcohol is worth that much more other than the moonshine. It doesn't appear like it is. I think it's only worth like a small amount more. Oh, I like that. You said they have glassware all around there? I never noticed that before. That's pretty cool. I wonder where they got that from, and then they photoshopped that. They added like a little shader effect to it to hide the edges. And then, I wonder where they got like a picture of moonshining gear though. That's pretty sweet. They probably just talked to a guy who knew a guy. I bet that's what it was. You go get in bed real fast, and then we'll end the day, and we'll try and figure out what we want to do. The military outpost, I don't think I've ever actually like cleared it out. I messed up at the central square, and I didn't clear that properly, which was disappointing. There's not much I can do about it at this point. Let's go ahead and we'll go into the nighttime. And now that everybody's here, we can take a look around and we can see if there's anything else that it looks like we've hit just about everything. The shelled school is going to have trade, but the shelled school can be a little bit sketchy too. Let me see here. I think there's debris piles here. I'm going to take Erica out and let's mess around with the shelled school for a minute. I think we could probably hit up the military outpost and just like see what's there and bring a shotgun or whatever. But I want to see what's... I've never gone to the right-hand side of the shelled school before, so I'm going to give it a go. Let's bring our resident burglar. And what I'm going to have her do... I thought we had a shovel. We don't have a shovel. This place may not be achievable then. No, there's a shovel right there. I was going to say, I thought we had a shovel. Bring that too. I'm going to try and keep it real stealthy while we're here. But if things don't go according to plan, we're going to need a backup plan. Like, I'm tired of losing characters. So honestly, I'm going to go and strap just in case. And if I have to play, like... whack an insurgent, that's what we're gonna do. But this isn't really like a loot run. I just want to see what's on the right hand end of the map because I've never been there. So we'll sneak on in. For right now, there's gonna be a guy on the top floor. If you're familiar with the map, there's two guys down at the bottom. There'll be a guy on the top floor too that will come and try and confront you whenever you go anywhere. So be careful about that. Let me close this off. It's weird that they let you loot this bureau right here without anybody getting angry. Either way, we'll bring it with us just in case. If we sneak, I think this guy is automated to come out when you come up here no matter how much noise you make. I think. Yeah, he's automated. He comes out no matter what when you come up here. He'll ask you if you want to trade. He says, "Stop, this school is held by Vicini militia. We can trade though." I'm like, well, if you're giving orders. I mean, you don't have to. Alright, let's take a look here. We've got ourselves nothing that I really want. I mean, this place never has very good loot. What you can do, though, is he's going to walk off down that way in just a second, and then we can sneak back up and around. I'll close this door off. Hopefully, we'll be able to get up on the roof and clear this rubble, maybe. I've never been able to make it to the right-hand side of the map, so I kind of want to see what's in here. The Shelled School is a pretty good event if you can get it around the time... Let me go downstairs and see if he disengages. This room right here, probably not a good plan. There's a lot of people on this map is what you got to watch out for, and they're all fairly violent. This guy's got a gun, this guy's got a gun. I think everybody else just has like fists or something like that. I don't know. Gotta wait for this guy to go away though. Come on. Go back into your hole. He might do it around midnight or something. Maybe it's timed. Either way, he goes back in there eventually. There we go. So what we want to do is we want to go up and around. And once we go... It's the only first time I've ever seen somebody be like, I need to get some air, and then go inside. Either way, she's quiet enough to where I think we can get away with this without getting in too much trouble. I don't know. We're going to take a look. We'll have a look around the map. We'll see what we can get away with. It's really, really late in the game, so most of the loot is probably going to be gone anyways. We'll open that up. Close that down. Sometimes they, like, magically see you. It's hard to, like, tell you exactly how it's going to work here. Got a little bit of loot right there. Bring everything we can with us, I guess. This, I think, is locked. Yeah. Alright. And so now what we want to do is get rid of this debris pile if possible. This guy may or may not hear us. I've tried to clear this before and I got caught. But I think we can do it. So I'm going to see if I can finish this off. I've never gone over to this side during this event. I've been to the Shelled School before, and there's like an underground area you can go to. Like, there's a lot of stuff here. Or at least there should be a lot of loot here. But with the event that we currently have, it's fairly well guarded. So that was useless trash. We have to be very careful from now on so that we don't get seen. No, don't do that. Oh, no. Yeah, jump back up there. And I left that door open too, which is going to hurt us. Clear that out real fast. He's going to turn around in a minute. He's going to see that door and he's going to be real upset about it. And they're going to start scanning the area. There we go. Now go back up to the roof. I didn't realize she was going to jump down in right there. I wanted her to jump it like Prince of Persia style. And she did not. She did not even in the slightest. I was like, use your jumping skills. And she was like, nah, I'm good. Like, oh, okay. I don't know if I should jack this dude or not. Does he just sit there? Did he just say he'll save the rest of his pee for later? Brutal. Alright, well let's just wait and see what he does. I'm not trying to die right now. I don't know if I can get this guy. okay. Run away, run away. Upstairs. Alright. Get the shotgun out just in case. They're going to investigate over there. We're going to hang out on this side, although we've only got a little bit of time left, so it may not be worth it. Yeah, run to the exit real fast. There we go. If we can get to the exit, I kind of want his loot because he had a gun, but they've got him fairly well surrounded. Honestly, I'm not doing this for the loot anyways. I'm just doing it because I'm bored, so whatever. If anybody tries anything, though, we're almost out of time. Which is definitely going to be problematic. Alright, we'll leave real fast. I'll finish them off on the next night. We'll go back through. I know we lost a shotgun right there because the loot is going to despawn, but I'm just fiddling around. Like, I'm not doing this to, like, gain anything. I'm just messing around with maps and seeing what I can accomplish. I didn't know Erica had 1 shot, 1 kills from behind, so that's good. Oh, never mind. Apparently they're innocents and I'm going to get in trouble for it. Oh, well. Aren't the Vicini militia the ones that, like, aren't the military and the militia both killing, like, civilians or something like that? I'm not trying to make my conscience feel better right now. Yeah, it looks like they count as innocents, except for Bruno, who's like, forget those guys. I'm definitely thinking that they increased the trap yields. I'm pretty sure that they did. We'll probably have to wait this one out then. I probably can't go back over there and butcher more people tonight. Since they all count as innocents, it's a little bit of a question as to whether we should continue hitting them over there, especially if they're going to keep getting depressed, except for Bruno, who seems to be perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and use our conscienceless friend Bruno to retrap all of these. There we go. Yeah, I definitely think they buffed the traps, though. The traps feel like they give you a way bigger yield than they used to. Like, they seem like they catch something almost every day now, as long as it's not winter. Let's throw some stuff into the furnace, because obviously we need to do that. What's our fuel supply looking like? 11? It's not looking incredible, but it's looking okay. Alright, a little bit into there. I'll probably throw like 4 into there. And then maybe throw a few into the bottom too. Yeah, I know it's getting cold right now, but it's been cold. I wish you could set up through an extra menu like how many fuel they threw on during the course of the night. Because that's the sort of thing that it always falls off. In the middle of the night, they just let the fuel run out. And nobody would actually do that in this situation. You'd have somebody whose dedicated job it was to sit around and make sure that everything gets like refilled and used the way it needs to be used. But for now, what can I do over here? We're going to have a vendor pretty soon, I think. So I might try and make some cigarettes or something. I don't even know if we have the parts to do it, but it might be worth an attempt. Let's go ahead and get those going. They'll smoke their way through them really, really quickly. Yeah, there he is. I don't know how long he hangs out there. I know he hangs out here for a little bit, but let's let him know that we're here, so that he doesn't leave, just in case, because I always answer the door. You know what I started playing this week? I've never played Darksiders before, and it's like one of those games, it's you know, one of those God of War clone-type games where they're all like action RPG-ish, I guess. They're more action games than anything else, but you always have like 3 or 4 weapons, and you collect like little floating balls. They call them souls in some games. It started, was Onimusha the first game that allowed you to have like, where you would kill stuff and those little spheres would pop out everywhere that you would use as currency to buy other stuff later on? I think Onimusha was the first, but don't quote me on it. Anyways, started playing Darksiders this week, which I've never played, and it's a pretty fun game. I'm liking it so far. It's not like my favorite game of all time, but I'm definitely enjoying it. I can see why people say it's a good game. It's pretty fun. It's very, very angsty, though. I think War might be the most angsty, like, main character ever. He's very, very angsty. That won't do, try harder. What about that? That won't do, try harder? Okay. There we go. We actually don't really need anything that he has. We can make our own bullets and everything from here on out, so he should be pretty well swell on everything we need in this bullet-ridden hell. Let's see, I'll probably go with 2 more liquors over here, and then just grab, like, whatever. I'll definitely take those. Actually, that's not that good of a trade. It's got to be because it's the good tobacco. Let's just take the water, and then we'll take as much wood as we can on the other end. Giggity. And then what we'll do from there is we'll deal that on out. I'm going to keep him here, though. Let me make the rest of these cigarettes, and if he hangs out for the remainder of the day, I'll trade the cigarettes for other stuff. Get that going. Oh, she's already up. Alright, well then you two go babysit the same thing here. And then everything will be just fine. We're probably not going to go back. I mean, I don't even know what to do at this point. We're basically just riding out the game. Technically, we could stop right here or just keep skipping days until the game is over. I don't really know because it's like I don't want to risk any further stuff. I can't kill people because people keep getting sad. Erica committed murder. Like, I don't know. He was armed. He was one of those militia guys. Weren't they shooting at us like 2 episodes ago at the apartment complex? Either way, I'm pretty sure if you kill soldiers or militia in this game, it shouldn't count as murder. They're uniformed. They're in combat. I mean, I guess it doesn't count. Killing civilians seems like where I would draw the line, but if they're like shooting and shelling neighborhoods, if 1 or 2 of them get clipped along the way, oh well, I don't think anybody's going to spill a tear for them. It's kind of one of those things about fighting in a civilian area. Nobody really tends to feel sorry for you. Technically, you do have all day. I'm pretty sure you hang out for the majority of the entire day if I just like sit here. Either way, we'll sell off these cigarettes in just a second. These 12 cigarettes, I just got to make sure that they don't smoke them all, which is always the big... That's always the hugest issue, is you make cigarettes and then they just chain smoke them all. Alright, so let's get rid of these. I'm going to trade these out for like anything we can get our hands on. I don't even really care what we get out of this deal. We just need anything, to be honest. Yeah, fuel work. There we go. That's fine. Send him on his way. We really need to get on fixing that tank so that we can become like a panzer general out here. No, I want the door open. You don't close my door. I close my door. This is my property. Alright, so he's good to go over there. He's tired. Have we upgraded every single place? I think we've upgraded every single workstation at this point. I don't think there's a whole lot left that we haven't upgraded. Are we missing anything? Because I said that was one thing that I wanted to accomplish during this playthrough, was to build everything. And so I'm going to try. It looks like we've got everything, though. I think we've pretty much built everything. We don't have a chair, so if we wanted to do our I built everything quote-unquote run, I guess we would need a chair. So let's go ahead and get the chair built. And then, Erica, is there anything else that you can do? Let's see here. We've already got that chair by default. They gave that one to us for free. By the way, since the sound was gone in the last couple episodes, Erica can play guitar, I think, compared to everybody else. If you take her up here, I mean, she doesn't play like a magical song or anything, but... yeah, she at least plays like some kind of tune. I actually find out, I think it'd be really interesting if, as they practiced, they got better at it over the coming days. Like, the more you sat them down and played, they would get slightly better until at the end they would have the same skill as the girl who starts with the guitar skills. You can hear her finger position's off. Yeah, her finger pressure's off. She's not... used to have that problem all the time. It's your finger strength. Makes the string not pop properly when you hit it. It's a common problem with new guitarists when they're still learning to like get their fingers into the proper spots and like hold it down. I remember my hand used to just quiver when I would do some hand positions back when I first started playing when I was 11 or 12. I'm pretty sure the guitar helps out a little bit with sadness. I don't know if it'll fix it all, but like she had to do it because I clicked. He said, "Oh, Erica, why did you have to do this?" I'm like, well, she had to do it because I clicked on the guy and I decided I wanted his stuff. I guess we'll give it a pass for right. I mean, there's nothing else that I really want to loot. Seriously, there's not a whole lot left for us to do out here. I mean, there's some stuff, but all of it seems sort of like pointless at this point. I don't know. Let's see here. There's a couple locations that we haven't gotten like the food and like some of the weapons out of because we didn't have a saw. Let's go to the construction site. I'll bring a saw with me and we'll saw through. No, not you, Bruno. Nobody wants you on any of their adventures because you're depressing and upsetting and you're not a nice human being. Anyways, let's bring the construction site. There we go. We'll finish this off today, and that's what we'll do. We just need to hustle our way through this, and hopefully the game will end fairly shortly. I think I only need that for that today. I think we only need the saw. I think that's like the one region of this place that we didn't hit yet, was the bottom floor, although there was some other stuff here. Either way, this has been a very, very good playthrough. I don't know. I'm caught up like waiting for things to happen, but basically this is about as good as a run can go, to be fair, aside from the whole Roman's dead thing. And even that was more of like a miscalculation. I didn't realize that door was locked over there, so that was basically a miscalculation. If the door hadn't been locked, he would have been fine, because I would have waited till everybody went upstairs and then ran through the central floor. So, it was just kind of like one of those things. There we go. He did a great job at sawing. We'll go on to this side. We'll take a look. It's probably just going to be a bunch of random supplies, and yeah, I was going to say, it'll be a whole bunch of like random little stuff. I don't think there's anything actually remaining on this map aside from this stuff down here, so once we grab this, I'll probably get the hell on out. Got some medications, okay. This is a mass grave down here, by the way. If you click on this, I think it talks about how many dead bodies are down here. Not too bad. Trade fodder. And we got a couple pieces of fertilizer. The stench of decay is unbearable. These bodies must be months old as they are falling apart. Some of the bullet holes in their heads, but no other obvious signs of violence. Are they the rebels killed by the army? Prisoners shot by the rebels? Whoever did this tried to conceal the crime by flooding the basement. Maybe they intended to collapse the building and bury the evidence under the rubble. Maybe. I mean, nobody ever gets prosecuted for this stuff anyways, right? My experience is that in wartime, those indictments are very, very slow to show up, no matter whose side you're on. Let's go ahead and we'll jump back up in here. Then we'll take off to the left and see how we can get things taken care of back at home. With this series, I'm not really sure what to do with it. I'm in a little bit of a catch-22 right now, where I can either risk killing off our entire group by just going on a killing rampage and killing everybody that I want to kill, which basically ruins my plan of having a quote-unquote good playthrough on YouTube of this war of mine. Or we can go out and we can just like wait for this thing to end by passing days and just like eating food and sitting tight and having fun and just like existing. I don't know what anybody would prefer. I mean, I'm probably going to record this all out today and see if I can finish the entire game today, just to see if I can get it kind of like off the list, because there's a number of things I want to cover in the next week or two, and something's got to go. But as it stands right now, not really sure how I should conduct myself. Alright, so we finished off another day. She's still sad, but we'll bring her over there, and then we'll have somebody sit around in the chair. Can Bruno play the guitar? Toca la guitarra, Bruno? Huh? Oh, definitely not. That's the worst sound ever. Stop that. Nope, I can't deal with that right now. We are on day 35. I'm just going to keep whittling my way. Actually, I don't even need to do that. Let's go ahead and just cook up a dinner. We've got the extra vegetables around, so we might as well... Actually, I'll just make normal dinners. I won't worry about it. There we go. We need to start distilling more water, though, or at least collecting and filtering more water. Otherwise, we're going to get ourselves in trouble when it comes down to feeding ourselves. I'll probably jump on the radio in just a second as one of the last things I do during this episode, and see how long we have till the peacekeepers show up. It's been, I guess we only get 2 days done per episode most of the time, so it is what it is. He'll finish it off right there. I don't want to downplay Bruno as a character, because honestly, the few playthroughs that I've had that don't have Bruno, they are a pain, because you actually use up a ton more stuff than you expect. Like, whenever you go to cook dinner, it takes way more water, it takes way more of everything, so it becomes a pain. But let's have a look right here. Classical music. It's getting warmer. Let me see. I bet we could find something. Cigarettes and tobacco. Famine and disease reign over the ravaged city of Pagoran. Music. Alright, well, a couple of days ago, they said that in 2 weeks, the evacuation and reconstruction plans would start, so all we have to do is wait that out. Let's go ahead and we'll have him swap out for some filters real fast before we go any further into the game. We got plenty of materials, so I'll probably make like 10 of those. We basically built every single thing that we have here at our base. How are we looking on bullets? 32 bullets? That's fine then. I may go back and try and kill off a few more people once we... I don't know, we'll go to that trade location. We'll see what we can accomplish once everybody's no longer grumpy and upset. He's going to get those filters done. That'll probably take us well into the afternoon. Who is this? Brought us something. Alright, well, I think this is the lady that we went and helped with her teenage daughter. We helped her defend her house or something like that. Hi again, I came to thank you for your help. Well, good. I enjoy material thank yous. There it is. And so thank you for protecting us. My sister and her husband came to visit us. They live in another part of town and invited us to stay with them. I think we'll be safer there, so we're leaving. But before we go, I wanted to thank you and give you my husband's shotgun along with the rest of our ammunition. We won't need it anymore, I hope. Alright, so there it is. If you get that event really early in the game, it can actually save you from having to murder somebody. I hope you don't need to use it, but you never know. I can virtually guarantee you I'm going to have to use this firearm just by nature of the way that I tend to play the game. Alright, well, they gave us a bunch of bullets and they gave us a bunch of things to get done here. I'm going to have Boris go down. We're going to have him get himself a dinner. And once he is all dinnered up, I think we'll probably finish out the rest of this day. And then I'll probably, I guess, cut the recording. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of This War of Mine, where honestly we've got a bunch of stuff going on. Like, there's not a whole lot of things left to do. We've built everything. We've basically beat the game at this point. We're just waiting for the time limit to run down. And if this turns out to be like a 50-day... If it turns out to be like a 50-day development, what are you going to do, you know? She's going to continue down here. Let me put her in the chair. I'll probably try and get their depression all healed up before the next day by having her sit down in the basement underneath a lamp next to some rat traps in a chair, and maybe that'll fix it. I don't know. It's hard to tell what's going to fix anything in this game. But anyways, we'll probably come back tonight when people are scavenging. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of This War of Mine. I will see you in the future episodes. Take care, everybody, and hi-do.